February 9th, 2021 is Extraterrestrial Culture Day, and to celebrate, Fear20.net would like to look at the rich folklore, culture, and history built on stories of little green men and flying saucers. Extraterrestrial culture is popular in consumer entertainment. Whether motion picture, syndicated series, video game, a literary work, or the IRL accounts such as Roswell, Area 51, UFO abductees, and cattle mutilations, we love a good Martian story. Area 51 Groom Lake is well known today as a top-secret aircraft testing facility, but it was also rumored to have been the destination of the wreckage retrieved from the fabled Roswell crash of July 1947. Barney and Betty Hill were among the first to claim to be abducted by an extraterrestrial culture in September 19th to 20th, 1961, and their story was retold in programs like Carl Sagan's miniseries Cosmos. Their claims about reproductive testing is where much of the jokes and mockery about rectal probing originates. The Travis Walton UFO incident of November 5th, 1975 is another abduction claim that was made into a book by Mr. Walton in 1978 and adapted into the 1993 film Fire in the Sky, directed by Robert Lieberman. It recalls an incident where Mr. Walton, at the time an American forestry worker, was abducted by aliens. Many skeptics consider Walton's story to be a hoax. However, Walton's story features the idea of missing time. Another common belief in extraterrestrial culture is the notion of missing or lost time. Famously featured in Fox's The X-Files, this phenomenon is said to happen when abductees are taken and returned at a later time, with no memory of how they got there or where the time went. Word of crop circles spread like wildfire until in the 1970s it was found a pair of hoaxers could complete a crop circle in a single night with a couple of 2x4s and some rope. Nevertheless, they continue to appear with the surprisingly advanced patterns and frequency to this day. Cattle mutilations have also surfaced as an unexplained phenomenon with their eyes, rectum, and blood removed. Accounts of this were first documented in London, 1606, and have persisted into more modern times, such as the cattle mutilations of the late 1960s onwards. There are still accounts as recent as 2020 found in online forums. The Men in Black are also linked with UFOs and the people who witness them. A visit from the Men in Black is described as unsettling and interrogative, even intimidating, and they demand any UFO evidence you have only to depart and leave a lingering stupor on their uneasy hosts. Their skin appears synthetic and their lips painted on. In the same unwelcome visitor vein as the Men in Black, the black-eyed children arrive uncalled for and utterly disturbing. It is speculated black-eyed children may be a form of alien-human hybrid. These cryptids are said to resemble kids or teens with the exception of pitch-black eyes, sclera, iris, and all. Reminiscent of vampires, they're said to be unable to enter the homes of would-be victims unless allowed, and will beg and demand to be let inside. In more modern times, extraterrestrial craft, aka UFOs, have demonstrated a range of aerial and submarine capabilities that exceed our own, including but not limited to abduction and overriding our control over machines. Declassified reports allege UFOs have seized control of US nuclear missile silos in the past, and claims abound of such aerial phenomena lingering near nuclear facilities. UFOs also seem attracted to theaters of war, as evidenced by historical paintings and anecdotal stories of soldiers. Now you know pretty much everything about extraterrestrial culture. There's a thing about the US Project Blue Book, the Mutual UFO Network MUFON, ancient Central American contact with ETs, and Russia's Tunguska event in June 1908, but nobody's perfect. Thank you for listening. If you want more from the dankest horror community, visit our Fear20.net Discord, shop our Teespring to support, and have a good time.
¡Uso porno!